Hey everyone, it's Sky here and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. Happy Halloween! Hopefully, if everything goes right, this video should be up on Halloween unless I change my mind, in which case, happy whatever day it is. So today we are going to be doing part 5 of Layla. I am so sorry if the shelf shakes. She literally just threw herself down with such attitude. Are you demanding attention? You're so cute. I got distracted. What was I saying? Today we're going to do part 5 of our Hannah Lynn Halloween color along. So, as you probably know already by now, because I imagine if you're watching part 5, you've probably been working through this. So we are working in Hannah Lynn's Enchanted Halloween, and we have been working on Pumpkin Patch Fairy, and this is what we have so far. I played around on the computer a little bit with a few different colors. I thought about bringing purple in. I figured it would probably be okay, even though there's no purple anywhere else in the page, just because she's kind of centered on the page, but I don't really want to do that. Purple is such a bold color, and I'd like to be able to put white highlights on her if I want to, especially with her wings and whatnot. I think we're going to need highlights for those. And I just can't do that with purple unless we use blue tones. And then also if we, if we use blue tones, we risk having it blend into the background a little bit too much. So, okay, hi. Enjoy the cat butt. So I'm going to be going with something a little bit more muted and kind of based off of the moon. I'm hoping it doesn't blend in with the moon too much, but I don't think it should. It will be a little bit dark, so it'll make our colors pop even more, hopefully. And really, I'm just hoping that I can pull it off. I am not sure of myself, so let's just hope I don't screw it up. And now we have a problem, don't we, Lil? Hey, Lilo? Do we have a problem? Oh, you don't like that? I'm so sorry. Lilo, you gotta move. Come here. Come here. Can you at least show them your head and not your butt? Alright. I am running low on daylight, and I would really like to get this part finished today. That way, if we have stickles or anything like that, it can dry overnight. I can take my picture in the morning. And then my plan is during the day, at least every day after work, to record a part of the next color along, or bonus Halloween color along. And then in the evenings, when I don't have the daylight to record, I want to work on editing and getting everything ready for this color along. So that's my plan. All right, so with playing around with colors, I was just playing around on my computer on Photoshop, so it's like super messy. Look at her face here. It's just, she's a hot mess. This is what I've kind of decided to go with. So kind of based off of the moon, like I said. We can use metallic watercolor, which I'm hoping to be able to do. Her hair just did not look good no matter what color I did it, so I figured black would probably be best, and then that'll kind of make everything else hopefully pop out a little bit. So this is my plan here. I wanted to keep it kind of muted because there's so many other colors going along, and definitely adding any new colors or going too bold is potentially dangerous. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to start with the black, I think. I was originally thinking about just using a Posca pen for this, but I think I'm going to attempt with the black. We're just going to black her wings out here. If this isn't dark enough, then I will go back in with my Posca pen over top if I need to. But I'm hoping I can get this dark enough. So I'm going to start off with a medium firm pressure. Always using little circles, and then I'm just going to layer and gradually increase that pressure until it's solid black. And I don't want this video to be too long, so I will probably speed this up a little bit. And I will meet you back when we're done. All right, so now we've got her wings outlined in black. I think for her wings in their entirety, I'm going to use gold watercolor, so I'm not going to bother coloring in the white part. So we'll just kind of move on to her clothes. So I'm going to grab the artichoke. I'm going to start here. I create a little bit of a shadow here and then come up. Same thing on this one. This is a lighter color, so we can come up fairly far. This is our second lightest, I think. Put a little bit here too. Okay, this is going to go both ways because I think that her cape is kind of coming over her arm here. Okay, let's come in with our dark umber. We're going to add a little bit of this to our shadows. I'm going to maybe put a little bit of the dark umber just on this front part here. Just so it's not super bright. I'll do the same with the artichoke. Okay, So from here on her sleeves with the artichoke, I'm going to go in pretty much full force and then bring it down a little ways. I'm just going to fully color in here. So I'm just going to keep fading this out, lightening my pressure, making sure everything matches. In the center, I'm just lightly going over it because I want it to still have kind of like that gold hue, but we're going to finish it off with the cream, so it's a little bit lighter. And we're going to do the same thing on this one here. I'm going to kind of do the same thing over here. I think I'm going to make this part lighter though, so maybe go really, really, really light with the artichoke, but I still want it to have a yellow or like a gold tint to it, so I'm just going to lightly go over all of it. Okay, because then we can come in with our cream. Do her cape first, so I'm adding the cream into the highlights, blending it into the shadows. Do the same thing here. Let's come in with the artichoke on these ones here. So I'm just going to base those with the artichoke. I'm going to put dark umber in on the very bottom and fade it up. And then we'll color that in with the cream as well. Okay, that looks good there. I kind of want to make her wand match her. So let's do the star with the darker gold color, and then we'll do the pumpkin in like the lighter color. So the star will match her sleeves, and then the pumpkin will match her cape. And then I think I want her wings to kind of like stand alone. So I think we'll just match these ribbons to both. So I'm going to start in with the artichoke on the very edges. And then I'm going to start fading that in a little bit. do a little more edging with the dark umber. So with this, I'm gonna mostly kind of put this in on the black part of the star, so like the outline, and then fade it in just slightly from there. This will kind of just help make it so I'm not going too crazy on the inside. If I'm starting on the outline, I can have a little bit more control, I feel like. So sometimes I like to do that. Okay, back in with the artichoke. Just keep darkening up those edges a little bit and fading them out. I think we'll actually make the wand really bright. So keep fading that out all the way up to the pumpkin. It's just a light layer around that. And then we're gonna grab our, whoops, oh my goodness, if I could stop dropping my pencils, that'd be great. We are gonna grab our lemon yellow. I'm also going to take a highlighter and I'm going to brighten this up even more. The reason I'm doing the highlighter first is because I want to go over this pumpkin stem here and lighten that up. So we've got to let that dry. So in with the artichoke, I'm just going to pick out a few strands. This one I'm going to start at one edge with the artichoke and kind of blend towards the middle, almost as if this was hair. I'm going to kind of skip one, color the other one like that, and continue doing so. I'll do this one that way. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on coloring the opposite ones until I know for sure what I'm doing so I don't mess this up. Okay, so this one is actually going to be with the dark umber. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Okay. So the opposite ones I'm just going to color in with the artichoke. They're not burnished or anything, but it's just solid artichoke color for now. All right, because then I can switch to my dark umber. And I'm going to add in one on either side. Okay, back in with the artichoke. Let's darken up the very, very tops and the very, very bottoms. And then we'll just kind of fade out towards the center. We can color these ones in a little bit darker too. All right, and then these lighter ones will go in with the cream. Okay, this pumpkin, let's layer with the cream. I want to keep this fairly light, so we probably won't put a whole much on this one. A little bit of shading over top of the lines. A little bit on the bottom. And that is all I'm going to do on that one. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to grab the black though and bring out the pumpkin stem and outline it a little bit. Okay, her lips are going to be the artichoke color too before I change my mind. And then this thing up here too, we're going to kind of color in with that gold color. I don't quite know what it is, but we're just going to make it gold so it matches. Now where the frill sections kind of overlap, we're going to use our dark umber to darken it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of dark umber on her lip here. We'll go back in with the artichoke, fade that out a little bit. I'm also going to color in this acorn that I forgot about last time. I'm going to completely color in her lips. I want those to be fairly dark. And then this little frilly thing will finish off with the cream. Oh, and there is another leaf. Okay, I think we're just gonna dark umber and cream this leaf. Oh god, that sounded terrible. We are just gonna put dark umber and cream on this leaf. Next, there's the dark umber and a little bit of cream. Okay, so I think before I color her hair, because her hair is going to be fairly dark, I want to color her skin first. So I went out and picked some colors. I just got to grab my swatches for them. So it's going to be the usual colors. So Parma Violet, Nectar, Peach, Light Peach, and then I've got Process Red and Blush Pink. I'm going to leave her eyes. I was originally going to do them kind of like the gold color as well, but I think I'm going to leave them. I'm debating actually green, like this color green, and then that gives us two areas that are that color, but I'm going to wait and see how everything else looks before I make a decision on that. So let's dive on in with our Parma Violet. I'm going to use kind of a medium, light medium pressure here. A little bit more than I normally would because I already know that I want her face to be a little bit shadowed. Give her a little bit of a nose here. Totally up to you if you want to make a nose on them or not. I think just to make our lives easier, I'm going to tilt my Paige because it's her face, her head is kind of tilted. So this will just make it a little bit easier to color. And give her a shadow underneath her eyebrows and her eyes here. Darken up her nose a little bit. I want her to have a nice little pointy nose, super cute and pixie-like. Okay, that's probably good for the Parma Violet. Our sun is disappearing. I might have to bring out my ring light. If it gets worse, I will. Okay, we're gonna go along with the nectar. I'm gonna pop this right over top of the Parma Violet and just fade it out a little bit. Anytime I see little bits of pencil that shouldn't be there, I'm gonna brush them off because I really don't want to smudge her skin. Okay, so now we've gone over and faded out the nectar from everywhere that the Parma Violet was. I think I am going to bring out my ring light. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. Okay, so now we can just start building up our layers a little bit. I don't want to work too much on her cheeks because we want to add a little bit of blush in. So let's just kind of base our colors for now. We'll move in with the peach now. Just going to lightly base the peach over almost everything except for these areas on her cheeks. Okay, let's go in with our processed red. Light medium pressure for this one, about up to this part of her pupil is what I usually do, and then I fade it out. Oh, but she's looking sideways. Okay, so that's a little bit different. So we'll bring this side about to here, fade that out. Okay, and with our blush pink, we're just going to come out from the process red and fade that up a little bit. Alright, there's that. So now that we've got her cheeks done, I'm going to go back in with the nectar. Now I can use a little bit of a firmer pressure all along where we've put in the Parma Violet. Make sure to fade it out nicely. Little circles to help blend. Add a little bit of a line right here, just very, very little. Peach is the next color. So I'm working my way over the shadows, fading out as I go. Again, I want to leave these areas fairly light, so I'm just going to lightly fade off there. I'm going to come out both ways from this line that we kind of created here. I'm going to fade that out. Fade out from her nose here too. That looks good. So then let's go in with our light peach. I'm going to use this one to blend and burnish everything together. My little baby peach. It's almost time to replace this one. And I had stuff on my pencil apparently. Alright, well there's her face done. Alright, I'm going to grab colors for her hair. Now realistically with doing black hair, I like doing black hair with the Derwent ink tints. Let's see if I can find the example here. Because black hair scares me and I find it really hard to get dimension in it, there's one page that I did in Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Mermaids, if I can find it here. So it's kind of like a grayed out black, but it's still black. It looks nice. I like this. I did this with the Derwent ink tints, just the hair. Everything else was Prismacolors. Yeah, generally I would do that, but I don't really even have enough room for that anyways, so we're just gonna kind of hope for the best. So I'm gonna grab my indigo blue for sure. If we had the 70% cool gray out, I'll want that. Maybe, I don't know. I should probably look at my swatch book. Let's see here. Picking out colors for black hair is a little bit stressful. Okay, so I want it to have a blue base, yeah. Okay, not the 70. I want the, you know what, she doesn't really have much. I think we're gonna go a different route. I'm gonna grab the true blue, the indigo blue, and then just black. And I think that's gonna be good. So I'll need to grab my true blue out of here since I have my ring light on my desk. I do not have a whole lot of room right now. I don't have it set up how I usually would if I was using it. I just kind of quickly set it up. Oh, and the sun came back, so that's nice. We're just gonna keep the ring light because I have a feeling the sun's gonna keep dipping in and out. All right, so true blue, we're gonna base all of her hair. I think this might be headband here. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Okay, then we'll go in with our indigo blue. Starting out from each segment, kind of working our way to the middle. We're only using 3 colors, so you don't really have to do a whole lot. And I think I'm probably going to use a blender pencil to go over everything just to make sure it blends in nicely together. That's usually my cheat for doing black hair, so that way it doesn't turn out super black and look flat. So I'll usually just kind of base everything down, give it a decent amount of layering, and then use a blender to blend it all together. And I find the blender pencil is kind of contradictive because it tends to gray things out to an extent, but it also makes them look bolder. I don't quite understand. But that's my experience with them. All right, once we have our colors like that, we can come in with our black. Black is the one for sure that you want a lot of layering. So I generally just use kind of like a medium pressure and then just constantly go over the same area to really get the pigment into the tooth of the paper. I try my best not to burnish it, but sometimes it happens. I think these little tiny white spots that I have here, I'm just going to color those in with the black. I'm not really sure what it is, but if it is hair poking through, I'd imagine that would be pretty dark. Let's see if we can add some texture into this. I'm just going to use flicking motions, kind of up and down, trying my best to follow the same pattern of the hair, and you can kind of see which way it's going based on the lines that Hannah has drawn in. I like that. I think it looks good. Lots and lots of layers. Throat's getting dry. Now that we have that, let's try adding some more dimension here too. I think that looks okay. Just little baby ones over here. All right, not bad. Back with our indigo blue, let's do the same thing. Just gonna start making darker strokes here, so firm pressure. Okay. True blue, exact same thing. I'm just going to go kind of in the center here and just add some. All right, let's see if I can find a blender pencil. In this case, it doesn't really matter if it's dirty. So I'm just going to start in one of the shadowed areas and I'm going to work my way up towards the same section, so one section at a time. I'm going to work in the direction that the hair is going, so no circles this time. All right, not the best, but it's not the worst either. I'm not the best at black hair. I'm going to take my black. I'm just gonna lightly go over any of these super bright blue spots. I think either green or blue eyes would probably be okay. I think I'm gonna go green. going to start by closing her pupil off. And I'm going to create a little bit of a shadow underneath her eyelashes here. We're going to bring in our dark umber, accentuate the shadow directly under her eyelashes. Go back in and pull it out a little ways. And then we'll go in with our sap green light. So for now, I'm just going to go over the marine green and just lightly fade this out. And then I'm going to take the cream. I'm going to finish it off with that. Yeah, that looks okay. I like that. I'm just going to grab my black again and I'm going to darken up these spots here for her headband. Alright, so now I'm going to use my watercolors. I have the Kuretake Starry Colors. You can also use the metallics in the Gansai Tambi watercolors if you have those, or any other metallics that you might have will work perfectly fine. Just want to pick out a gold tone. So these are the colors in the Starry Colors. I think I'm going to go with the champagne gold because it's not as sheer, but it's still really neutral and nice, and I think it will go very well with what we have. I think that's this one. 904, yep, this one. Okay, I am also going to just take a marker quick and I'm going to color the spots that I'm doing gold in. That way just in case this ends up being super opaque. I don't know, I haven't used them very much. You could also just do this with a pencil crayon. I'm just trying to save some time here. Alright, so now while we wait for that to dry, I'm just going to activate my watercolor by getting a few sprays with water. I've got a paintbrush and some water here beside me and a couple brushes that I can use. And while I wait for my watercolor to activate, I'm going to grab my black Posca pen. And I'm just going to color in her eyelashes here. I have to change my position here because it's a little awkward. I'm just gonna take my black Prismacolor for her eyebrow because I don't want it to be super dark because it might look funny. I'm also just gonna see what happens if I take my black, kind of glide it through her hair here. Can't tell if it's making it better or worse, but I kind of like it. I mean, I do this with my white Posca with blonde hair sometimes, so it shouldn't be much different with black hair. Aside from the fact that black is a scary color to use because it's not as easy to get rid of if you put it in the wrong spot. At that point, you gotta really be creative to kind of troubleshoot how to fix it. Whereas with white, you can just simply color over it. I mean, it's Posca pen though, so you should be able to scratch it off, hopefully. There, I think that gives her hair a lot more added texture, which looks really nice. Let's very carefully just bring these things back out. I want to add some like little black tassels to this as well. Probably throw some white in there too after the black's dried, but I want the black kind of going down first because it's a shadow. This, I think I'm just going to color it in black. I feel like there is already so much going on pattern-wise. I don't really want that there. Okay, anything else? I think we're okay. Using pretty opaque amount of paint just to make sure that color really gets in there. Totally forgot about these. Let's see what happens. That's not bad. I'm going to use a little bit just to shimmer up the pumpkin. It's a little bit more translucent there. Maybe a little bit on her lips as well, actually. There, once that dries, I can bring her lips back out a little bit. Oh, I forgot her headband. I'm gonna grab my white Posca pen, add in some white little pieces here. I think I'm gonna keep her eyes fairly simple. I'm gonna add some little whimsical dots and stuff around her headband. Maybe some little white dots around her wings. Just a little bit. All right, like that. Anything else? I think the watercolor is still pretty wet. I did use quite a bit, so I gotta wait for that to dry. It's dry around her lips though, so let's see if I can just... very carefully kind of add her lips back in there. That looks really funny, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, well then. I'm okay with that too, actually. The Posca pen just kind of mixed in to make a really deep, kind of like blackish gold, but I'm going to try and get rid of it a little bit so we can still see the line of her lip. There we go. I like that. It still shimmers, but I can still see the line. I'll wait till it dries and then I'll go over with a fine liner. I don't think there's really anywhere else where I would put anything. Let's try this actually. I don't want to put my hands in anything. I don't know why I just started doing that, but that adds just so much to a page. Add a little bit of lip gloss there. Yep, still wet. This one's dry though. Let's add like a little sparkle to the pumpkin. Maybe some little dots. So this doesn't look super kind of like bleak, I guess. Or blank. Oh, I just realized we put all this hay over here, but we didn't do it over here. I must have got distracted. I'm so glad I noticed that, because that would have looked kind of funny, wouldn't it have? I wonder what I got distracted by. I might have to watch that one back just to see, because I'm curious now. Strange. Makes you want to just kind of keep eyeballing the page to see what else I might have missed, but I think it looks okay. I'm glad we went with the gold. I feel like it was a safe choice, but I think it might have also been the best choice. I did kind of like, I tried orange too on the computer, and I did like the way that the orange looked, but it was just a little bit too bright for what I was going for. So I think this suits it a lot better. It looks really good. All right, so now that we have some better lighting, this is what she looks like finished. I am really, really happy with this page. I don't think I would add anything else to this. I mean, we could put some stickles on this part maybe. I feel like since she's a fairy, it might be nice to have some actual sparkle on the page. Let's do it. I'm gonna go with this stickles. It's called Glisten. It's a little bit more of like a, not really white, kind of like an off-white, kind of like an off-white color. So I'm gonna put this kind of over the star. I don't think I'm gonna go over the pumpkin because we put metallic watercolor over that, so I don't think that needs it. And then I think I'm just gonna create some like glittery lines kind of coming down from here. Yeah, I think that looks adorable. And with that, I think she's finished. I am really, really happy with how she turned out. I'm glad that I went with the gold. I really like this. I really like the gold. I feel like it really goes with the page. So let's just do a little close-up here. So we've got the metallic bits on her. I don't know why, but the metallic never shows up very well on camera. It's really pretty in person though. And then we've got our sparkles. And with that, I think she's finished. I am really, really happy that I was able to get her colored quicker than I actually expected, so I have a fair bit of time for a second color along, so I think that should actually be a thing, and I'm really excited for it. So of course by now you guys will already know that though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm actually gonna jump into starting to record that second color along today, so I'm excited for that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that one as well if it's up. If you guys colored this picture, I would love to see it, so you can use the hashtag #DreamInColorAlong on Instagram if you post there, and I will be able to see it, or you could tag me or send it to me, and that would be awesome. I would love to see your guys' finished pages. But anyways, I think that's everything. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!